Sorry, it's 20 mile an hour. Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to the Jaguar L Autobiography.
Jaguar's XJ model has always been their flagship in the luxury model lineup. And this, specifically the XJL, meaning long wheelbase, the length of this being 5255 millimeters, which as you can see is incredibly long. The spec on this thing, Autobiography, as anyone would know, the Land Rover group, the Autobiography is their ultimate top spec. We made a bold claim saying that we think you should buy one of these, the Jaguar XJ X351 model, over the equivalent 7 Series for a number of really reasons actually.
Yeah, now one of the reasons, we've done the XF versus the equivalent 5 Series video last time, and a lot of people actually agreed with us.
Yeah, we definitely weren't the only ones, which really surprised me.
It did, yeah. Now there's a lot of BMW fans out there, and we are BMW fans.
Yes,
so
yeah.
Don't think we're being biased.
Yep.
We do have good reasons for this.
We speak from experience.
We do.
So, as I said, many reasons, many topics to cover on this. The first thing I want to talk about is probably the most controversial, the styling.
The styling, right. This one in particular is 2016, and it's in rhodium silver as well, which I would have to say it's very striking.
And to be honest, I think you have to see in person because it looks very Jaguar and it looks very premium.
Yeah, it does look very premium. Now, when you see this thing rolling down the road, I've seen this, obviously, this is my father's car.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for him to pull up, and when he pulled, it just got so much presence about it. So.
All right, I'm going to start a debate. I have a weird thing with the styling on this thing. I don't think it's a particularly pretty car.
Yeah.
To me, a Jaguar has to be sort of a handsome thing, but at the same time, I think it's so striking and I do like how it looks. Although I don't think it's a pretty, I can't explain.
There's certain angles, you look at it and it's like, that's really nice. But then there's also other angles, you look at it and think, okay. But then I also do think any angle you do look, it does look elegant. And it does look like it has more character than the 7 Series. Now, any 7 Series can be mistaken for a 5.
So the controversial point of the styling of this car, everyone thinks the front end is very Jaguar, apart from the bulging front end. But it's when you get to the rear end that you think, what's going on here? And one of the main things I find a bit weird is the C-pillar. What a weird choice to choose that, black, and no matter what colour code you go for.
Yeah, no, you are right there.
Sorry, something I want to point out to you. Now, when we did the Jaguar and the 5 Series video, someone said something a bit...
It was actually in the Mercedes versus the Jaguar video.
Okay.
So, yeah, what I said is, you have to be mad to buy an XJ. If you buy an XJ over an XF, you'd have to be visually impaired, because them things are bugly.
Yeah.
Now, I still sort of agree with that. From the rear, it actually, still don't like the lights on it, but it's from sort of a side angle, it's quite nice.
The X351 XJ, which is what is in front of us now, in the UK, they came with a few different engine options. They had a 3-litre V6 diesel, and the petrol variants, there was a 3-litre V6, which was apparently a bit lackluster in this, guys. You had the 5-litre V8, and of course, the 5-litre supercharged V8, which is probably Jaguar Land Rover's most famous platform.
Definitely.
What are we looking at here?
Right, this one is the 3-litre V6 twin-turbo diesel. Power-wise, obviously the XF was running 275 brake horsepower. This has been bumped up to 295 brake horsepower.
Wow.
The XF, once again, 600 newton meters of torque. However, they've bumped this up another 100 newton meters of torque, 700 newton meters of torque. Now, that's more torque than the V8 supercharged.
No
petrol.
way.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
So that is 516 foot-pound of torque, I think.
Wow.
That's a lot of torque.
I don't like how powerful modern diesels are.
So being the Autobiography, obviously it comes with a lot of features, exterior and interior. But I want to start off with the Jaguar LED technology headlights. Now these things look super aggressive, especially with the DRLs running. You've got the Arona 20-inch alloys on this specific car. You've got your 360 cameras, obviously 4 around the car. I was going to say everywhere then.
Following you around.
Yeah, but you have literally got, obviously, view from everywhere from inside the car. The screen is really detailed as well.
One thing I do appreciate with this, even though it's a diesel, they have put effort into making the exhaust tip looks nice. The exhaust tips look nice. This one specifically has got your best brand Accelerate on the number plate. But let's move on to the interior. As soon as you jump into the interior on one of these things, you can understand why. You can understand that it's Jaguar's flagship model.
You can.
Now, I actually own an X-type Jag, so it's pretty much the same car.
Yeah, exactly the same.
I'm very aware it's not, and yes, I'm very aware they're pretty much a Mondeo. But to me, this is luxury. You've got leather everywhere. I love how the wood sweeps across the entire dashboard. You've got the Autobiography badge there, the chrome against the black. You've just got all these little details that to me say classic luxury. And my issue with modern German cars is they're trying, it just doesn't have the same luxury feel. They try to be modern, but it doesn't have the luxury that a car like this has.
It doesn't. It's also got no character.
That's the word, and I think that's going to be the word of the day.
I think it is.
And I think we agree that's the biggest difference between your German cars, as fantastic and reliable and as strong as they are.
Yes.
You just don't get the same character.
You don't. Now, you do get the better build quality with the BMW.
Yes.
We both agree totally on that. However, the touch points on this are a lot more minimal than like the equivalent BMW or the Audi A8. The Audi has just got so many buttons on it, there's no need of it. You've got a button to turn another button on.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming, particularly for the older generation.
Yes.
That just want to get in and control the luxuries.
Yes.
Now, we did touch briefly on the buttons. It is very intuitive. Like, I've just jumped in here now, and they're all just clearly marked, and it's...
Yeah, well, my dad's 70 and he can operate pretty much most of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say all of it because there is stuff that is still confusing.
It is still a high-tech car. Now, some of the features, I actually know very little about this, but some of the features...
Yeah,
I'm going
to start with the steering wheel. Obviously, you have your flappy paddles if you want to go a little bit more sporty.
For when you're on track.
Yeah, you got your heated steering wheel for when it's rather cold outside and you want to keep your
touch.
little fingertips if you haven't got your gloves on, obviously, because it's a Jaguar. Yeah, you've also got all your controls for your dash because it's got a virtual dash, so you can change all your settings. You've got cruise control, everything on the steering wheel, where you would expect it to be and where...
Again, I do want to say very intuitive. It's very straightforward. Everything is there where you'd expect it to be.
It is, yeah. Now, next I'm going to move on to the seats. Now, these seats are like armchairs.
Yeah.
They are so comfortable. Plus, they also are fully electric, fully massage, so you can have different settings on the massage.
That's insane.
They're heated and they're cooled. So they have, literally, you don't need to get out of here.
Everything. You won't want to get out of here, that's the problem.
No, this is it.
And the quilted leather finish, again, to me, screams classic luxury. And it surprised me with a car like this, the XJ, particularly the L, these were designed, you're designed to be passengered in one of these things, let's be fair.
Yeah, this is it.
But you've still got all of these luxuries. I mean, I haven't been in the back yet, but even from the front, this is our flagship model.
Exactly, and even the sound system as well. Sorry, I just want to mention that.
Yep.
Meridian, once again, surround sound.
Anyone that knows anything about audio, Meridian know how to do a sound system.
This is it, yeah.
And the TVs in the back, which we'll get to, even they have got a Meridian input as well.
As well as headphones. One more thing I want to say is the moon. Is it? They call it the moon roof
I think
now?
it is, yeah. Which
Yeah.
is
There you go.
that's a nice touch.
So you can have it split between the front and the rear. So you can, if the passenger in the rear wants to keep mellow and.
I've just noticed it's got even on the headliner you've got perforated leather there combined with normal leather. The stitching's beautiful. It's the first car I've seen I think with leather, that quality leather
Yeah, that
headlining.
detailed. Yeah, you know, you're right there.
Yeah, this is the difference with, like I said, stepping the quality up. Is everywhere you look there is a nice material.
That is, yeah.
So like I said, let's jump at the back.
So once you sit in the back, using the nice soft closed doors, which are all round.
So this is the L, and obviously the main reason you go for the L over the normal one is the extra length in the body, and where that length comes from, or goes to, is your footroom in the back, because let's face it, like I said, this is all about being passengered around.
It is, yeah, this is the idea of being driven around, because one thing I do want to just point out straight away is you do have a microphone here, so you can actually communicate with the driver up front.
Because you are about 4 miles away from them, in fairness.
You are. Now, I just also want to state as well, compared to the BMW L, the 7 Series L, this is actually 7mm longer.
Oh, wow.
So,
which doesn't sound, when you're talking about legroom and things like that, every millimetre counts. I have been told that.
Yeah.
But every millimetre counts, and the legroom in this, like, I'm not a tall guy, granted, but I've just got more than enough room. You don't feel claustrophobic, even though you've got the tinted windows. Yeah. Even with the blinds up, which are fully electric, both side windows and rear, you do not feel claustrophobic, even with this dark interior. It feels cozy to me.
It does. No, you can even, sorry, there's a ladybird by you. I'm going to get him out, because otherwise I'm going to crush him in another one.
So features in the rear of the car is just, I didn't even know where to start. So like Kenny said, soft close all around. Even the door cards are premium. They just, the quality of materials is fantastic. You've got your Meridian speaker in there, memory seats in the rear of a car. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's crazy.
Because again, these were used for sort of like royalty to be transported around, so you may have a couple of people in you. You've got the nice chrome touches on the handle and the cigarettes ashtray thingy.
Ashtray, yeah.
Moving on to the rear seat, which is one of my favourite things. You've got your screen. I'm about to do it.
Right button.
Which houses your sort of media station and I believe digital TV, is it?
It has digital TV, Freeview, DVD. You also have SD slots, watch whatever.
HDMI connectivity as well.
Yep, so yeah.
In theory, you could plug your Xbox up and game on a road. I literally just thought about it.
Yeah.
And then once you're done watching or playing your Xbox, you can then pull out the tables. You can even have a 3-course meal on it.
Yeah, it's like being on a flight.
Yeah, it really, that's the impression you get. Is I was explaining this to someone in work. It gave me private jets, not that I've ever been on a private jet, but it gives me private jet vibes. And you know, even TV's up, the thing is out, you've got the armrest out. I don't feel claustrophobic. I still feel cozy and comfy. This is just...
Yeah, and the driver's seat is still in the driver's seat position. You haven't moved it. Now the passenger, you can move from the back. You can move the front seat forward.
Yeah.
Which is a nice little touch.
Yeah, so obviously again, if you're being chauffeured around.
Yeah.
Centre console, you've got your standard cup holders, just even that, the way it opens is just really nice.
Yeah.
You've got your grip thing there to house your remote if you so choose so. Seats in the back are fully adjustable as well, more adjustable than I think my car is in the front. Honestly, you've got your standard dual zone climate control in the rear, I've just noticed, with your rear con.
Digital climate control. I did want to point, you just missed out as well, it has got massage seats in the back. So not only are they adjustable, they are fully massage.
Right. I am thoroughly looking forward to... This is the only car that we've done that I'm not really looking forward to driving. I am looking forward to being chauffeured around, so...
Yeah, let's get it out on the road. Please. I just need a hat, don't I?
Yeah.
One other thing I wanted to point out for your taller rear passenger, it has actually got the roof shape to accommodate. As you can see, I'm really sat up here.
Again, in the XF, I think it was less headroom because it was a bit swooping, but like I said, these cars were designed to carry full-grown adults.
Exactly, and the vanity mirror is also really cool.
Everywhere you look, there's just more features.
I just keep finding stuff. Honestly, there's stuff on this car we are going to miss, so we do apologise for that, because there's just so much to try and take in.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to jump up front, and let's get going.
I suggest you do. These cars were designed, as we said, to be chauffeured around, and this model was anyway. We haven't done that many luxury cars, but Kenny has owned a few luxury cars, and we started off then in a rough gravel terrain, and although you could feel it, you can feel has it got air suspension? That's what we should have mentioned. You can feel the air suspension soaking up the bumps, and out onto the road now. Considering it's a diesel, you get very, very minimal engine noise. I just feel cocooned in this absolute plethora of luxury. The massage seats, again, I didn't think they'd have that much of an effect. So what's this on now, Wave?
I believe it's on Wave, yeah.
So you've got a gentle I've always wondered what the massage seats are like, and I'm sure many peasants like me who haven't been in many luxury cars will want to know. It is as if someone's just rolling balls up against, up and down your back. We're keeping this PG.
Okay.
But the cooled seats as well, again, I didn't think we're going to have much an effect. You can feel it, although it's not blowing aircon through your legs, you can feel it. I just can't get over the luxury feel from the back here now, which is kind of what you would expect. The thing that I want to know is, how does it actually drive?
So yes, we started out on the road, obviously on a 20-mile-an-hour zone, which absolutely sucks, thank you Drakeford. Even at these slow speeds, this car does actually tick along quite nicely. I want to say as well, considering it's 5.2 meters long, it doesn't feel that big.
I was going to say, from a passenger, it does feel big.
Yeah, well, in the driver's seat, it doesn't. It doesn't even feel that wide, to be honest. I just realised I was quite close to the line over here on the driver's side, and realised I was about 4 feet off the curb.
Now, fortunately, like I said previously, you've owned a lot of bigger cars. You've owned AMGs and things like that.
Yeah.
So you've got a good idea of how a car feels. And we were talking just now, this does actually have a sport mode.
Yeah, it's got sport, it's got dynamic, it's got everything. ASL, stop start, which just sucks. But yeah, I believe you can turn that off anyway. But yeah, it does have a couple of little party pieces up its sleeve, just to make it a bit more exciting to drive. I'd imagine the majority of people who are going to buy this car these days, second-hand, are not going to be driven around.
No. So it is important that you still get the Jag feel when you're driving. And I do get that even in a car like this, you're going to want every now and again to have a little bit of fun or just throw it around to get that little bit more sharpness. So it does have a dynamic sort of sport mode.
It does, yeah. Now I'm just going to use sports mode right now. See if we can just, oh, here it goes, just drop the cog ready. So we'll see how that power comes in. Okay, it's not going to pull your face off, but okay, you feel the torque come alive a lot higher up the RPM. It is a bit sluggish at lower RPMs. However, this is a big car, but you did say it was lighter than the XF, right?
Yeah, really random fact. This car is a lot bigger than the previous XF, and I believe it was the original XF. There was a steel frame, steel body. These being all aluminium, they are actually lighter than the previous XF, which probably goes back to what you were saying. It's quicker, the same 0 to 60 than the XF with the same engine.
Which is 5.9 seconds. Now, for something this big, it's not that bad.
You get the torque punch in this, which surprised you've changed down. What gearbox is this? How many gears?
It's an 8-speed.
It's an 8-speed auto?
Yes.
As in, so it's got a torque converter. As I've said in previous videos, torque converters are the transmission police. They are there to be comfortable, not for performance. But once it does kick down, you've got the power band. You've got what you'd expect from a diesel. It does pull. And
what you expect from a luxury car, because you're not going to buy this to go racing, let's be honest.
Oh, well, that would be an interesting video.
Yeah, it would be. Let's see what this is like right now. So a couple more bits you get on the XJ. I think it's pretty much across the board now with Jaguars. The heated front screen, which is obviously fantastic in the winter, which we get really bad ones over here. Also the side mirror, wing mirror, blind spot indicators. Once again, just something else which is a nice little feature. So going to, obviously, one of the reasons people buy the 3-litre V6 diesel is economy. Particularly in the UK when you've got astronomical fuel prices. Exactly, yeah. Now this particular car, my father averages, I'd say around 33. But he has got around 37, 38 on a run, which is pretty good considering. As I say, considering I imagine he doesn't do a lot of motorway cruising, which again, these cars thrive on the motorway. This is why we would personally choose the Jaguar XJL over the equivalent BMW 740 LD. Yeah, now my father was actually looking at purchasing a BMW 740 LD before he bought the XJL. Now, his previous experience with the Jaguar actually swayed him. Now, we looked, at the time of filming this video, we looked on Auto Trader to compare the two. Same year, same mileage. The BMW came in at £28,500 and the Jaguar came in at £25,000. So there is a significant saving there. There is a big saving there. Now, if you do want to stand out from the crowd a little bit rather than your generic BMW Mercedes, then definitely go and have a look at one of these. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We will see you in the next one. Boom! Right, now chauffeur me home.